Right, we are on a Princess 58 from 2009, and today I'm going to do the full tour. I'm going to tell you my opinion, and I'm going to tell you all the costs of running a boat of this size. I'm also going to mix things up a little bit, and I'm going to do the costs at the beginning for a change, so you can look at that if you want to, and ignore the rest of the nonsense in the rest of the video if you're not interested in anything other than costs. Before we start, Princess made these boats from 2006 until 2010, and I checked with my very good friends there yesterday, and they made 69 of them, which isn't too bad. That might surprise some of you as being a low number, but in the boat world, this kind of size boat, 10 a year is quite normal of a production run. They're all handmade in England, and actually that's done more than 10 a year. I haven't done the maths, but it's more than 10 a year, so let's go. Right, so we're going to go straight into the costs. So this boat is on the market with us at £485,000. So if you had, if you wanted to finance it, the bank would require a 30% deposit, which is £145,500. The finance advance would be £339,500. That gives you a payment per month of £4,227. And that's based on a straight line repayment at about 9% APR. That does include capital expenditure. So that's interest and capital repayment. And at the end of it, there's no balloon, you own the boat. So the finance per annum is £50,729. Now, a few of you have been commenting in my videos and saying, can you tell me what that is in dollars? I can't. I don't know what the dollar exchange rate is, but I will ask the guys in the office to put the dollar exchange rate on the screen now so you can work it out yourself. Right, section 2, fuel. Everyone loves to know how much fuel these boats burn. So we do an average based on 20 knots. The fuel burn per hour for both engines is about 200 litres. Now this boat has got D12 775 horsepower diesels. The 12 means 12 litres. Did you know that, Carl?
I did.
You did. Good answer. And it's shaft drive. Shaft drive, which I love. I love shaft drive because it's really, really stable. But shaft drive does use more than IPS and the other engines types and drive types. So that's why you get 200 litres now. The diesel fuel price in July 25 is £1.55. Therefore, the cost per hour is £310 for both engines. Average use of 50 hours. This boat could use up to £14,000 of fuel per year if you're running the boat for 50 hours, which sounds a lot, but what price can you put on fun, Carl? You can't. It's priceless. Right, section 3 is fixed costs. So this is based on UK berthing and UK costing. So a berth in UK would be about £18,000 per annum. Servicing is about £5,000. That's the engines, the generator, the shaft drive, the polishing, anti-foul anodes, and maintenance £5,000. So some of that's in maintenance. Insurance is about £3,000 per year. So total fixed costs are about £31,000. Okay, next section is variable costs, depreciation. I don't think this is going to lose a lot. It's a few years old. It's in good shape. So if you work on 30,000 depreciation in the first year, I think you'll be about right. Fuel, we've done that. It's about 14 grand. The finance is about 50. So you've got total variable costs of about £94,000. Okay, so the next section, or the last section, is my measure of pleasure. Accommodation, well, you'll see it in a minute. It's very good, 8 out of 10. Style, it looks great. Let's go for 8 out of 10. Fun. It's fun to have parties on, but it's not particularly fun to drive, 7 out of 10. Running costs, they're quite reasonable for a boat of this size, 8 out of 10. Quality is exceptional, so I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 for quality, which gives 40 out of 50, which is 80%, which is very good. Right, let's start in the cockpit and the platform. So this boat predates the high-low platform. So if you ever look here, Carl, You've got a fixed bathing platform, kind of a little peak, and you've got a passerelle, which was the fashion at the time. It was starting to get out of fashion about 09, 2010, and that's why this boat discontinued in 2010. Cockpit is a good size, and what's the first thing that strikes you about this boat is, look at that, that is an old Wilson Flyer, Carl. That is an old Wilson Flyer. Now that is old, but the engine's new. You've got a crew cabin down here, but you wouldn't want to put any crew in it because they'll want to fight you, because who wants to go down into a hatch? Have a little peek down there, Carl. I would use it as a wine store or a beer store. Let's be honest, you wouldn't want to put your enemies down there. It's not nice. Also smells a little bit musty. Yeah, this boat is a very good looking boat, even for its age. We'll show you some pictures. We've got some drone pictures, which we'll show you as well, so you can see what she looks from the outside. But where this boat really starts to shine is the saloon. Okay, so the saloon just feels opulent. It's cherry gloss and it just feels rich. It feels like you've made it. Do you agree, Carl?
Yeah, lovely.
It just feels cozy, and it feels like a gentleman's club in Mayfair. Not that kind of gentleman's club, Carl. You know, the smoking kind of club, the whiskey club.
Gentleman's club.
Yeah, you know, look at the lovely lamps. The finish and the woodwork is beautiful. I'm not too sure about this rug. Oh, before we go on to this rug, I've got some new socks, Carl. I don't actually know what they are. I think they're flags, but I don't see any Union Jacks there, can you? I'm not sure.
On a sailing flag.
Sailing flags, yeah. Now, the best feature about this saloon is the scatter cushions, because look how many scatter cushions. You can't even line them up in one row. You have to have 2 rows of them, and you can't actually sit anywhere because there's so many scatter cushions. So I love that. High-low TV is there. You can see these older boats had less glass, but still plenty of light in here. Let's go up to the dinette area because there's some strange things going on up here. Right, so we've come up to the dinette area and I'm just thinking, what is this? Is it a bar? No, because I'd want the bar here, wouldn't you? There's a decanter here. Oh, it's got something in it, Carl. Whew, that is definitely whiskey. We'll have some of that in a minute. Fridges. But I don't know what Princess were thinking when they did this. It's kind of like you can walk in it and do a couple of laps. It's weird, isn't it?
Strange.
What do you think?
Strange, yeah.
But opposite, we have the dinette, which is your typical Princess quality. Probably can seat 4 or 5 of you, which is very nice. Lots of headroom. I'm 6'1", lots of headroom. And the lower helm, you know, I love this detail, the wood seat backs. The dashboard is laid out, it's not fancy. What are they doing there? Are they crashing boats? They're making so much noise. And what I really do like is, guess what, Carl? It's got a shout window. Let's see if it works. Yes, it works. There's no one about. Oi, get the fenders in! And it works beautifully. So all in all, the upper area is very nice, although I need to find out from Princess what actually that is. But it's nice. Right, so we're going downstairs. Lovely light coming through here. Notice the mullions on the windscreen. Modern boats like the new Fairline Squadron 58 have a single piece windscreen. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with this, but it's just not as nice as a single piece windscreen. So this boat is galley down, which is a fashion of the time. It's not now. Everyone wants the galleys up and aft. But one good thing about having the galley down is when you make a lot of mess, no one can see it. Look, no one can see through those portholes. They're like piss holes in the snow. So you haven't got everyone watching all your washing up, etc. But what's really nice about down here is, again, the opulence. Look at this fridge door handle. Look at the fridge lock. That is really, really nice. And actually, in some areas of boat building these days, we've gone backwards. Well, we don't have that anymore, that's what I mean. So I do like that. And there's a big feeling of space here, which I really like. And it's the throughfare to all the cabins. Now, you may think this boat being an 09 would have a forward cabin and not a mid. But actually this boat has got a mid. It's 3 cabins, so let's go and explore those. Starting at the galley, if I walk aft, I've got a washer dryer under here, which is a Bosch and probably won't work. And then into the master, where again, I've got a bit of limited headroom. I'm having to crick my head slightly, but you've got a mid-master and a 2009 boat, which is pretty much unheard of. I love the big Land's portrait windows. I love the cabinetry. This is obviously part of the compromise. This is obviously the saloon floor. Sorry, the aft. This is the dinette floor. This is the saloon floor. The lamps are nice. The woodwork's nice. You've got the dressing table for the missus, or if you're inclined that way, you can use it. A tiny little TV with the screen is smaller than your iPhone these days, but that's the way things go. And then a bathroom behind this door, which we're going to see if it passes the floss test. Now, the first thing I notice in here, Carl, is it actually smells quite nice. A fresh start. So, towel. Let's have a little go with this towel. Does it pass the floss? Yeah. And that way, yeah. Look, we've got full floss. There's no problem with flossing. And the shower is typical of the time. It's one of these ones that goes around in a semicircle and normally jams up like that one, but it does the job. Not long after this, I think they went to Perrin and Rowe sinks and taps. So this is a bit bland compared to some of the later ones, but it's all very, very well made and finished. And there's a lovely Trend Marine sticker in Norfolk. They made the windows, which is just up the road from us here. Trend Marine, by the way, make the best glass windows on boats. Did you know it, Carl? Don't say you did. You didn't know. Right, so let's go and look at the other cabins. Right, so we're walking forwards and we're going to your best friend's cabin, which we call the VIP. And again, it's actually really nice. I love this wood. Don't you, Carl? It's nice. I don't even mind the curtains. I know curtains are out of fashion. Look, it's got a stereo like I used to have my XR3i. Look at that JVC stereo. Did you have one in your XR3i?
I never got an XR3i.
You're joking.
I had an Orion.
To be fair, I did too, but I also had an XR3i. Anyway, we've got the Jack and Jill door to the bathroom for the day head. I'm not going to bother going in there because it's very similar to the other one, but it's all very nice. It smells nice as well, doesn't it, Carl? And then we have got the cabin 3, which is this one and is a twin. Oh, look at these little cute little lights. They're cute, aren't they? I like that. God, they've got some more scatter cushions in here. Look, they managed to get 2 on that one and 3 on this one. TVs, another JVC head unit from the XR3i, but a really nice cabin. And actually, loads of headroom. There's more headroom in here than the master. So put your tall mates in here. Right, to the Flybridge. Now, when these came out, I was selling the new Fairline Squadron 58. Well, new in 2009. And the Squadron 58 Flybridge, in my opinion, is better. Do you remember it had that central mast? It had that lovely seating in front of the helm. This is a nice Flybridge, but it's not quite as good as the Squadron of the time. But remember, the Squadron of the same age didn't have the mid-master cabin. So that's quite a big difference. No Portuguese bow. If you just put the camera over the front, you just get sun cushions. Barbecues here, which actually is in not bad condition considering its age. There'll be an ice maker in here, which won't work. Oh no, there isn't. Oh, that's good. Look, there's nothing in here to break. Normally, there'd be an ice maker that doesn't work and a fridge that's on its last legs. So that's good because there's less to go wrong. Little U-shaped seating here. And then you've got some sunbathing area there, which is quite nice. 2 dummy domes. It's really kind of gone out of fashion, the dummy domes, I'll be honest with you. Some people still ask them to have them on their boats, but you know, with, what's it called, Skylink, what's that Musk thing called,
Skylink.
Skylink, yeah. Yeah, anyway, with that now, you just, you know, have a little thing that big up there and it does all your internet and everything. So Flybridge is absolutely fine. It's not the best in class, but it's good. Next is the engine bay. The first thing you notice is because the gunnel, the height of the waterline, well, where the moulds meet is lower than modern boats, there's limited headroom. I mean, you can get in there, but you'll be bent double, and I'm certainly not going to bother getting in there today. There's a generator. They're the D12 775s. It's all absolutely fine. It's in good shape. One good thing about a lower freeboard is that it's got a lower centre of gravity. The boat will actually handle a bit better because obviously the weight is lower. More modern boats have got taller and taller, and as they've got taller, it's obviously common sense. They rock more, and then they have to have sea keepers, and you know there's nothing wrong with that. And sea keepers are good, and fins are good, but these older boats are lower centre of gravity, so they're just a bit more stable. And why people put IPS on flybridges, I don't know. Right, in summary, I like this boat a lot. The reason I like it is it's so well built. It's made in England. It's shaft drive. I think the 3 cabins are a lovely size. I think it's in really good condition for her age. She's for sale on our website now. £485, is it? £485. UK VAT paid. We welcome part exchanges. We can sort finance. We can sort berths. We can sort everything. So if you're interested, click on boats.co.uk and give us a shout.
Well, there's a lot of cushions in here.
Christ, I've never seen so many cushions in my life. Oh my God. This has got even more than that elegance, hasn't it? Right, let's stop pissing about and let's do this tour.